So we're a few weeks out from when we released our short film Inbetween, and it's Thanksgiving, so I thought it would be the perfect time, in the spirit of friendship, community, and all that, to finally go into a bit of the behind the scenes that went into making this short film a reality. For our first day of shooting, we headed out to Hanging Rock, North Carolina. We thought this would be the best place to start shooting. It would be fast, easy, efficient. However, what we neglected to think about was the fact that we had to hike up the mountain to get to the mountain peak. We each had about 50 pounds of equipment on our backs. Going up a mountain. There was also a point during the hike where we thought we weren't going to be able to make it to the top of the mountain in time to be able to get the daylight we needed to shoot the scene. And if that was the case, we would be completely screwed. However, we were able to make tracks and make it to the top of the mountain right as the sun was setting, which gave us some absolutely stunning visuals and lighting, and we were able to wrap just as the sun had finally closed behind the mountain.
Place closes at, what is it, 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
And right now it is 9:42. So we are speeding out of here as fast as possible.
Yeah, as fast as possible.
Good shoot, got a lot done. Everything's rolling well as the camera's rolling. Hopefully we will get down in time to get back to our car so that we can speed out of here and get home. But it was a good night, and see you tomorrow.
The second day, we shot the bathroom scene, where Luke opens the door in the hotel and suddenly is in the middle of this bathroom where he has these flashbacks. This scene was shot in my house, and we shot it over the course of about 2 hours, talked about it a little bit, and then wrapped up. Now, the third day was when things really started to pick up. Since we had to shoot the first scene in the morning because of the lighting I wanted, we had to wake up at 5 in the morning. It was summer, the sun rises at 6 o'clock, and I wanted to be there for that peak time. Filming was extremely difficult that morning, for one reason, because the grass was really tall and wet and damp, and Jack neglected to bring his shoes, so he was trailing through this barren forest with nothing but his bare feet, constantly complaining about how much it hurt. We were able to get the shots we needed, and then got out of there as fast as possible because everyone was extremely tired and wanted to get a nap before we had to keep shooting later that day. We got back together around 4 o'clock to shoot the scene where Luke finds Caitlin in the closet and then holds her close to him. This scene didn't take too long to shoot, but it was a precursor for what we were going to do later that day. After we were done shooting that scene, we decided to go to Subway real quick for some food before we shot the remainder and the majority of the film we had to shoot in the hotel. Now, since I wasn't entirely sure whether Caden would still have to have the blood on her face from the scene in the closet, I told her, hey, don't wash that off until we get to the hotel. This created a bit of a problem when we got to Subway because she got a lot of stares being covered completely in blood over her head.
I was hungry.
Got a little blood.
It was a bit awkward, but thankfully we were able to laugh it off, get our food, and then get out of there as quick as possible. Now, our first thought for location was the hotel where we shot Bedlam.
What if the entire shoot so far led to nothing?
Can you see anything?
And we wanted to make it a bigger, better Bedlam 2 kind of situation. Now, we forgot that it was Father's Day weekend when we were shooting this, so that made it incredibly difficult to find a hotel.
We returned to the Bedlam Hotel.
It is packed.
Oh my god, and there's a wedding here?
Oh my god, what?
Fantastic.
So, we had to scramble to find some place to shoot. Also, it would have been $90 to rent a hotel. So, not wanting to do that, we decided to go find another hotel.
Alright, so we found another hotel because the other hotel was packed with a wedding or some kind of event thing. so we found this other hotel, so I'm gonna go in and ask and see if we can film.
So by this time that we finally got to the hotel and got checked in, we had all been awake, well, at least me, Luke, and Jack, had been awake for about 18 hours. We did not really want to tolerate any distractions or any frustrations, so tensions were a bit high. So we buckled down, even though there were sound problems from the AC unit when we were trying to shoot the shots of the elevator because it was so freaking loud that we couldn't hear our own voices and thus couldn't get any audio. We had to ADR all the stuff from out in the hallway. There was also the difficulty of some problems in the script that we couldn't shoot because people kept having to leave. By the end of the night, it was just me, Luke, and Jack all alone filming this and getting it done in the short amount of time we had. Because of this, we had to cut some things from the script. So every time we called cut, I would immediately be right on the script, which by this time had gotten really messy from me constantly flipping it because I did not staple it together, scribbling lines out, scribbling out things that we were planning to shoot, and trying to frantically frame in something new that would work. Thankfully though, we were able to get all the shots of the elevator, the tracking shot outside of Luke walking through the hallway, and then all the shots inside the hotel room by about 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, the final shot that we had to do before we could get the heck out of this hotel and call a wrap on the project was the shot of Luke getting thrown out of the door and then banging on it frantically before running back to his room. There was a problem with this, however. We were in a hotel in the middle of the night that was filled with people who were sleeping. We decided we would do it all in post, or at least the sound part, which makes the original video kinda hilarious because it's just Luke lightly tapping against the door and not actually yelling at all.
Action. And we're finally wrapping on shooting for Inbetween, the new Deadlock Pictures special at 6:16 this morning.
Special.
We have been up since 5 yesterday. So we have been up for 25 hours filming this for the past 3 days.
What does that mean? In the morning.
That's
That's a wrap.
a wrap.
Wait, what's that?
I don't know what this is. Okay.
It's a wrap.
So we finally finished. It was about 5 o'clock, and we were all absolutely exhausted because we'd been up for about 24 hours at this point, and we were also starving because we'd gone for about 10 or 12 hours without eating anything. So, after we packed everything back up in the car, we decided to take advantage of the hotel's continental breakfast, which was pretty good for not having slept for, at this point, about 26 hours and being absolutely starved. All in all, it was a long, stressful, emotionally taxing experience that I would not trade the world. The time I spent with my friends filming this movie of a bigger, better, greater scale than anything we'd ever made before was absolutely fantastic. And the fact that I was able to spend my final days before we all headed off to college together making something was just wonderful. I would not trade that experience for the world. That's one of the big reasons why I wanted to post this on Thanksgiving, because I'm so incredibly thankful for all the people in my life who have made this possible. All the friends and family who have helped make each project bigger and better than the one before. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed watching Inbetween as much as we enjoyed making it. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving.